Welcome, everyone. My name is Zahil Khan, and I am one of the founding engineers at Thesis, where we are building interfaces for AI agents. So we are the maintainers for OpenUI as well, which is an open source generative UI framework. Right. So this talk is based on our experience, seeing the fundamental shift in how we build AI agents. Right. Yeah, so let's look at the current SDLC that we all know and hate. So there is a user journey that the product manager writes, and it is given to the designer to write wireframes, mockups, and then there is, the developer who writes the features and ships it. And then it is an iterative loop where new features keep coming in. So for example, if you're a travel company, you book a flight, you have a user journey to book a flight, book a bus, book a cab, etc. Right. So let's focus on the development more. So in UI development, what we do is we select components from our component library or design system. We compose these screens, the flows, and then at the end we wire data, state management, all of that stuff. Right. So let's try to build an AI agent with that same flows, right? So I want to book a flight. So we start basic with a text interface, right? So user inputs text, the agent also responds back in text, right? So few weeks back later, the product manager comes in saying this is boring. Why not we add the existing user journeys as mini widgets so that we can reuse the existing journeys, right? So you would end up with something like this, right? So there is like a mini card or a mini app within the chat interface where the user can start the journey of booking, let's say, a flight, right? So what if we take this one step further again? A customer comes in and asks, book a flight to Delhi, then book a bus, the next bus to Manali, right? What is going to happen in this case, right? The agent then gets defaulted back into text because it has not encountered a case where it can do both, right? So the idea here is that, uh, there are no user journeys when you build agents, right? It is all intent based. A user can start from anywhere and end up anywhere, right? So what is the solution? It is, I mean, spoiler, it is generative UI. That is how we are going to talk more about it. So a 30-second, I think you have already seen generative UI in the previous talk, but you also seen glimpses of it in, let's say, Claude Desktop when it asks you back a question in terms of a form, like in Codex, it can generate charts, right? So OpenUI is one way you can do this within your AI agents as well. So how does it work, right? So step one is to always create the agent, right? Then you feed your component library as a schema. Then you constrain the agent to only respond back with a UI with your only your components. So it gives you back a response that you can render. You will have a renderer that parses the response, LLM response, to generate the UI. So here's, I'll show you a quick demo of what we have built. So I hope this works. Right. So this is going to search on the web and then going to give you responses. It is going to stream the UI as well, and you would see cards coming up. You would see images coming up. All of these components are going to be part of your UI component library. Right. So the whole idea here being your AI agent, your existing SaaS application would look the same. It would feel seamless to your end customer, right? So this as part of OpenAI, we have made few updates, like when we were working with customers where we found JSON was slow to generate, right? So we generate the schema using OpenUI Lang rather than JSON, and it is around 67% faster with our benchmarks. So that brings us to the end of the talk. Um, so it is generating in chunks, right? So sometimes if it sees an error, we do error fixing, fixing as well, right? So uh, right. So, with the current speeds, we are able to, like, the vision we have is like every app becomes a generative app. Your end user never really knows that. So, we were able to achieve it with, state of the art models with 50 tokens per second. We are also, able to hit the feel where it does not feel too slow, right? So you can check out OpenUI. It is open source. We are looking for contributors. We are looking for more people to build agents, see where it breaks, right? So thank you all.